Hey there ladies and gents, and welcome to the next video in our series where we're building a e-commerce website. Mine specifically to do with selling hair, but you can use this tutorial for any type of e-commerce website. First thing is, I just like to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video and to watch this video series. It means a lot to me and I do really appreciate it. So thank you. So if you've hopped into this video through search, or maybe you found it in the recommendation section, I would suggest that you watch the video series from the beginning. So I'm going to leave a link to the playlist. It should pop up now in the corner. And then I'll also leave a link to the playlist in the description. So rather start from day one and work your way through. That way it should be much easier for you to follow along. Then in order to follow along, you will need a page builder called Divi. You'll need some web hosting as well as a domain name. And I've left links to Elegant Themes where you can purchase Divi, as well as a link to Green Geeks where you can get hosting and a domain name. Just to let you guys know that if you do purchase the Divi builder through my link or the hosting and domain name, I will receive a commission. And if you do purchase through my links, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for supporting me and my channel. So what are we doing in this video? We are going to be building our shop page, or as I've named it, our collection page. We'll be building the filter section as well as the product section, and there'll also be a hero section that we'll be adding to the shop page. So now that we know what we're going to build, let's get into it. This is what we are going to build today. This is our shop page. If you remember in the previous video, it's actually named collections, but it is our shop page according to WooCommerce. And we're going to build out this like little hero section, yeah, or header section, whatever you want to call it. And then we're also going to set up this filter section, and our products will display, yeah. So this will be for all our products. So let me just show you how it works. So how I've got it set up is it only loads 4 products. You can set this to as many as you want. I've just got it set up to show 4 products. Then if your customer comes down, there's this load more button and they can click on it. And then it loads more of your products. And again, it's just 4 at a time, and you can change this according to your liking. I can click load more, and it loads the last of the products. Remember, I only loaded 12 products, so you'll see there it's showing results 1 to 12 of 12 results. And because I've only got 12 products, the load more button now disappears because there's no more products to load. So let me show you how this filter works. Let's say, for instance, your customer is looking for Bob style. So they'll just select that. And yeah, it will load all the Bob styles. Now I only loaded 3 products under Bob styles. That's why it shows 3, and you'll see, yeah, it's showing all 3 results. And therefore, because there's no more results, there's no more load more button. So let's say they're looking for the Bob style and headband style. So they'll select that as well. And now I've loaded 3 in my Bob style, 3 in my headband style, so it's showing me 6 results. But as I've got it set up to only show 4 products at a time, it's showing results of 1 to 4. And you'll see it's now combined with Bob style and headband style. But now I have the load more button. So if I click on that, it loads the last of the products. So I've got a total of 6 now showing. And let's just say they're also going to go for long, straight, and wavy. Now it's showing me 9 results, but again, only 1 of 4 because I'm only loading 4 at a time. And we got the load more button. If they click on that, loads more, again, only 4 at a time. And they can click on the load more again, and it loads the last product. So that's how that works. So we'll be setting that up as well as this shop page. So let's go to the back end of our dashboard. Let's start with setting up the load more button. And if you remember, we installed a plugin for this. So what you want to do is come down to BeRocket here, and you'll see it's got this option to load more products. So we can just click on that. And then there's just a few settings we need to change here. So for products loading type, you can have infinity scroll. If you click on the drop down, you have a few options here. I want the load more button. You can play around with these other ones if you want, but I prefer the load more button. So I'm going to select that option. And then products per page, this is where you can set it. So I set mine to 4. You can set yours to however many you want to show on a page. So loading image, I'm just going to leave as is. It's like a circle that spins. The buffer pixels, just leave at 50. And the rest of these settings, don't worry about. You can just leave them unchecked. So then we can click Save Changes. Then let's go to Button Settings and click on that. So over here, there's the default colors that they've set. Now I want my button to be blue, and let me just quickly refresh. I'm just going to go back to collections and just show you the button. So if I scroll down here, I want the button to basically be blue, and when you hover over it, it's just a lighter shade of the blue. So if I come back to the button, so for background color, I wanted the darker blue. So I'm going to click on this purple color, and I'm just going to change the hex code here. And guys, you'll obviously put your own brand colors in here. Otherwise, if you're copying me, I'll show you what colors I'm using now. I'm just grabbing it from the other screen. So I'm going to paste my hex code in there. And you'll see it's that blue. So just let me open it so you can see what the hex code is. Just pause and copy it if you copy me exactly. Then the background color on mouse over, I want it a bit of a lighter blue. So I'm just going to grab that color quickly. I'm going to click on the purple color again. I'm just going to replace it with my hex code. So there's the hex code if you want to use the same code. And then the border color, I want it the same as this dark blue. So I'm just going to copy this again. And I'm going to come to the border color and click on the black color and just replace it with my hex code. The text color, I want white. So white is 6 Fs, like that. And then the text color on mouse over, I also want white. So I'm going to change this to 6 Fs again, like that. And you can see here's a preview of how your button looks. So for font size 22 is a bit big, I'm going to change this to 18 pixels. And then padding, I'm just going to leave as is. I'm not going to do anything with margin or border. Then just border radius, I just want to change it to my 20 pixels all around, as all my other buttons are set in the Divi theme builder. So that's how the button's going to look. So we can scroll down and just save the changes. Then let's scroll back to the top here. Now, the rest of the settings over here, I'm not going to touch. If you are using something, if I go back to general here, so if maybe you're using something like the Ajax pagination or the load more and Ajax pagination, you might want to come to this previous settings and just also change these colors for the previous button. So just do that if you are using that section. Otherwise, the rest you don't have to worry about. Now that we've set up our load more button, the next thing we want to do is set up our product filters. So let's come back to the back end, and to do that we're going to come over here. You should have a menu item here called product filters, and we can just click on that. Now you shouldn't have any product filter set up yet, so what you want to do is come to this button that says add new and click that. So the first thing we need to do, we need to name our filter under form title here. So I'm just going to call this the shop filter. You can also call it the collections filter, maybe is a better word, because that's what we named our page. Then you can choose your layout, whether you want it like stacked underneath one another or if you want it in a sort of a row. I'm going to leave it as stacked like this. Then for empty fields, I'm going to uncheck that. The hide product sorting, I'm going to leave it unchecked. Product count. And guys, I'm not going to go through everything yet, otherwise this video is going to take forever. Just if you want to see what it does, just check it, go to the front end, refresh it, and see what it does. So product count would be in brackets, I think it is. It shows how many products you have next to each filter. But I'm going to leave that unchecked because I just want a clean filter. So yeah, out of stock, you can hide out of stock products if you want to. I'm just going to leave that unchecked. Pagination, I'm going to hide the pagination because I want to use that load more button. So over here, where it says pagination option, you can choose between standard pagination, which will show numbers. So it'll have like 1, 2, 3, which are the pages. It'll have infinite scroll, meaning you just scroll down on the page infinitely. And then again, you get the load more option. And I'm going to choose that option. And we get that load more button. And then products per page. If you remember in the load more button section, I did 4 per page. I'm going to do 4 here as well. All right. Toggle fill groups. I'm going to leave this unchecked, but this basically allows you to have toggle. So you'll have, for instance, next to product category, there'll be like a plus here and you won't see the categories. And if you click the plus, it will open the categories for you. So that's what a toggle does. Reset button. I do want to have a reset button. So I'm going to select this option to add reset button at the bottom. You can also set it after every group. So if I go back here, you'd have a reset button here, a reset button here, a reset button here, a reset button there, and a reset button there. But I think that's a bit overkill, but it's up to you if you prefer that, set it like that. The reset label, so you'll see here, I actually have it say clear filters. So instead of reset, I'm going to change it to clear filters. And then we have the scroll to results. I'm just going to leave it unchecked. Then logical relationship between taxonomies. So your taxonomies are the different categories. So you've got your product category, your on sale, your color, your product size, and your filter by price. So what we want to do here, do you want to have it filter as and? So in other words, they select Bob style and on sale and a color, and it will show you those products. Or do you want to use the or relationship where it will go, you either select Bob style or on sale or color. Now, I don't think that's a very good way of having a product filter work. So I'm going to choose the and, so they can choose multiple taxonomies and get a filter of the products over here. Guys, I hope that makes sense. And if it's not, I'm sorry, just maybe drop a comment if it's not making sense. Then results per page. I want to show the results on the same page. I don't want it to go to a new page. And then this no products found message, I'm going to leave the default here. You can change this up if you want. And then variations display, I'm just going to leave this unchecked. So over here, we can now drop in our different taxonomies. So the first one I want to drop in, if we go to the front end, is the product category. So what we can do, we can take this category and we can just drop it in there like that. And then we can give the field a title. Over here, I've just named it product category. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it in there. You can hide the field title, so you can hide this so it doesn't show up. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you want to, you can do that. Product count, you can show the product count. Again, I've selected here not to show it, so I'm not going to show it here either. Yeah, you can select to show category hierarchy. So that's if you have parent and children categories, you'll select that option. Include children is, again, if you have parent and children categories. I don't, so I'm just going to say no. And then you can display as a checkbox, a link, a radio button, drop down, or multi-select. I just like the way checkboxes look. So I'm going to leave it as that. So now we get this logic again where you can use or and. I'm just going to go with and. Again, it's up to you how you want your customers to filter the categories. The order I'm just going to leave as custom ordering. Yeah, you can select by name, count, or ID in that order. But just custom ordering should work fine. The layout, I want vertical. So I don't want it to go across, I want it to go down. So if you have it vertical, it stacks like this. If you have it horizontal, you'll have Bob style there, then next to it hairband style, then next to it long straight style. And you might run out of space, so it's going to go to the next line. So this just looks neater. Then color icons. I'm not going to, there is no color in this product category, so I'm going to leave that. And yeah, we can include terms and exclude terms. So if you want to include or exclude terms, you can actually go to your product categories, and maybe I must just show you that. Let me just come to this page. Let me open my dashboard in a new tab. And just to show you, while I'm here, actually I had this page open to show you. This is actually what our collection page looks like at the moment. So it looks like rubbish, but we're going to make it look like this shortly. So if I come to the dashboard here, and let's just go to our categories. So that will be under products, and then select categories. So over here, if you don't want a category to show in your filter, what you can do, if you hover over it, you look at the left bottom of the screen, you'll see there's an ID which equals 17. So that is your ID of your category. And then if you come back to the product filters, you can include it there. And normally you wouldn't use the include terms because you'd want all of it, but you can exclude it by just typing in 17. So if I didn't want to use 17, that's what I would do. But I do want to use that category, so I'm not going to put anything in there. So we're done with the categories. The next thing we want is on sale. So all we'll do is we'll drag the on sale now down to under the category. We'll just give it a title of on sale. And again, you can hide the field title, but I don't see the point of that. The next one we want is the color. So what we can do is we can come over here to product color and we can drag this down. Now guys, I just need to maybe warn you, if you have not, I'm just going to go back to the back end here. If you have not done your attributes, so if you remember in, I think it's the first or second video, I can't remember now, that we did these attributes for the color and the size. If you don't do these attributes, you won't have the options over here. So if you want to use those attributes as filters, remember to go and create your attributes here. So for field title, I'm just going to name this color. I'm not going to hide the field title. I don't want to show the product count, so I'm going to unselect that. I'm going to display this as checkbox. The logic again I'm going to use is and. Order I'm going to leave as custom ordering. Layout, I'm going to leave this as horizontal because I do want it to be alongside one another. Then color icons, yeah, I want to display product color as color icons. So I'm going to select that and we get a few options here. So here you'll see it names all my colors. And we can put in a color, we can add a text color and an icon text. We can also put in a background image. So you might think, put the images that I've uploaded for each product. So I don't know if you remember, I might have to just go in here. Let me just go to one of the products quickly. I'm just going to open this product. And if I scroll down and I come to my variations here, and I just click on one of the drop downs. If you remember, you could add products or the image for each variation. So that's like my black color. There's my blonde color. So if I come back to product filters, I can actually add those as background images. But I tried that and it didn't look too nice. So I'm actually just going to add colors because it just looks more cleaner with colors. So I'm just going to copy my first color here from my other screen. So for my black, I'm going to paste that color in there. For my blonde, I'm going to paste that in there. And then brown. And finally red. And then for text color, I just want to show you what that is. So if I come over here and I actually select my color, you'll see you get the white check mark. So that's what that controls. So you can actually change that. So I'm going to make mine all white. And that is just 6 Fs like that. going to copy that. I'm just going to paste it in all of them quickly. Okay, icon text, I'm not going to put anything in there. If you guys want to see what it does, just fill in some text and then refresh it on the front end. And then I want to check this to hide the original product color labels because I don't want labels like the colors, the wording to show you. And again, you can include terms and exclude terms. So that's that one done. The next one we want is product size. So I'm just going to drag that to under product color. And then again, we can just give it a title. Size. You can hide the field title if you want to. Product count, I'm going to uncheck this. Display as checkbox, I want to leave it as that. Logic again will be and. Order, I'm going to leave as custom ordering. And again, I do want it horizontal so that it aligns alongside one another. Color icons, I'm not going to display any color icons like we did for colors because it's just got sizes. And then again, include terms, exclude terms. I'm not going to do any of that. All right, and then the last one we have is price. So I'm going to just drag that down to here. And then we can give it a title. I'm going to say filter by price. I'm not going to hide the field title. I want to use a slider. So the slider is this over here. The range I think is more like a, I would think it's like a, oh, that's what a range is. Sorry, I should have known that. So you can do that as well if you want. I'm just going to use the slider. And for the step, so I don't want it to go like, let's say it's $1 and then go $2, $3, $4. I wanted it to go in, so it's how much you want it to increment by. I'm just going to make it 10. Yeah, this will depend on the price of your products. If the price is more low, then maybe make it between 1 and 10, like 1, 5, or 10. If your prices are quite high, like in the thousands, then maybe make it by hundreds or 500s, your increments. And guys, so that's it for setting up the filter. We can then click the save button. And that's it. We can then close it. And we'll then have our first filter here. And we're going to need this shortcode. So let's copy that. The next thing we need to do now is we need to actually come create this page. What I'm going to do, I think, okay, don't worry about copying this yet, but leave this page open. And let's come over here to Divi and just hover over it. And we want to go back to our theme builder. So let's open that in a new tab. Remember to leave this open. Or if you do, copy this and just paste it somewhere on a notepad or something, just so you can get access to it shortly. So if you remember in the last video, we created our global header and our global footer. Now we want to create our shop page or our collections page. So we need to add a new template. So let's click this button to add a new template. And we want to select this option to build a new template. Now, where do we want this template to take effect on? And it is our shop page. So if we scroll a bit down, we get our WooCommerce pages here, and we want to select the shop page. Then we click this button to create the template. And over here, now it already inserts our global header and our global footer, and it shows that this is for the shop page. We then have this option to add a custom body. So let's click on that and let's choose this option to build custom body. So it's already inserted our section for us. We can add a row, but let's first deal with a section here, and we need to add in a background image. So this is a background image. It's not anything designed with Divi. It's just something designed in Photoshop. So I'm going to come back here to the theme builder, and I'm going to come into the section settings. Remember, the section is the blue box. Let me just lock it to the left. And then I want to come to the background option. And in the previous video, what we did is we used background color, but we want to now use background image. So let's select that option, and we want to click this button to add a background image. So it opens our media library, and I'm just going to quickly drag the images I need. And I'm going to be using 3 images, one for desktop, one for tablet, and one for mobile. So I've just noticed something weird, and I think it's got to do with caching, but you'll see this image just has the 2 ladies, but the actual image here has a 4, and this is the one I want. So I think it's just a caching issue. So that is my desktop, and you'll know it's desktop because I've labeled it desktop there. So I'm going to select upload an image. And there's the correct image. I don't know, probably a caching issue. So you'll see it's the same image as this. Okay, so there's our background image. Then what we want to do, we want to come to the design tab, and I just want to give this a bit of height because it's a bit narrow here. As you can see, there's some height over here. So I want to come to sizing, and under min height here, I want to make this 400 pixels. And you'll see it gives us some height now. So we can save that, and now we can add our text. So I've got it here as all collections. I'm just actually gonna, I think I just named it collections. So I'm just gonna name the new one collections. So let's add a row, and we only need a single row. And then the module we need is a text module. So let's type in text, and let's select the text module. So I'm gonna take this text out, and I'm gonna just name this collections. And you'll see it's sitting over here. And then I'm going to highlight the text, and I'm going to make it a heading 2. You can then just hover over the text there, and we can click this edit button, and it will take us to our heading 2 text. Alright, for heading 2 fonts, I'm going to leave as default. Heading 2 font weight, I'm going to maybe make this a little bit bold, so let's choose semi-bold. And then for heading 2 font style, I want it all uppercase, so I'm going to choose this option here. You'll see it makes it all uppercase. And then for heading 2 text alignment, I want to center it. So it goes into the center like that. For the heading 2 text color, I'm going to leave it the default color. And now for heading 2 text size, I actually want to open this mobile icon, because I want to change the sizes for the different views. For desktop, I want to make it 36 pixels. For tablets, I want to make it 28 pixels. And for phone, I want to make it 24 pixels. And I've just noticed, I forgot to change the background images for the tablet and phone. And you'll see why, because our ladies disappear. That's why I needed to make different images for the different screen sizes. So let's just go back to desktop, and let's just save that now. We actually finished with this section. There's just a couple of things we now need to do in the section settings. So let's, again, hover over the blue box. Let's click the section settings. And let's just sort out the images. Let's come to background. Let's click on the background image option, and we get this mobile phone icon again. Let's click on that. Let's click on the tablet view, and then let's click on this image. We take it to our media library, so I just need to find the tablet. So I've named them like this, so I know. So that's for the phone. So this one should be for the tablet. So let's upload the image. Now you can see it's better. You can see the ladies. And let's go to phone. And let's again click on the image here. And then let's select the phone image and upload the image. Great, and that looks better. Let's go back to desktop. Now, this is the first time we're going to use some code. And the reason I want to use some code is you can see the collections here is sitting more to the top of the section. And in my actual website, it's sitting in the middle of this section. So in the description, I've left a link to this. It's called a code pen, where I've written all the code for you. And what we want to do, we want to come to the first line of code here. So this grayed out texture is just comments I've made. So it just shows you where we need to put this code. The code is actually this over here, where it's got like the yellow and the white. So let's copy this first line of code. Let's go back to our theme builder, and let's come to the advanced tab. and let's select this custom CSS. So I just want to show you in the code pen. So yeah, I tell you the code must go in we're in the theme builder. That's what we're building. You can see there it says theme builder. We're on the shop page because we're busy building the collection page. And you need to go into the hero section, which is what we're currently building, which is this entire section, yeah? And you need to go to the custom CSS option. So remember, advanced tab, and then click on custom CSS because you have your CSS ID and classes. You want the custom CSS. Click on that, it will open, and you'll get these three options. You want to come to the main element and click in there and just paste that code. Now you'll see our text has moved to the center. Now I just want to hover over main element and I want to click on the mobile icon and I want to go to the tablet mode. Now our text gets hidden here, so we don't want our text to sit in the center there. We'll rather have it sit above the ladies. So let's come back to our code pen. Yeah, you'll see I made another comment that says tablet. So you want to just copy that code there. Come to the theme builder. And your display flex will be grayed out, but you can just paste your code in there. And now it moves our text to the top. So we can, and it'll do the same on phone now. So just let me show you how it works while we don't have to now type it in phone. Your tablet inherits your desktop code, and then your phone inherits your tablet code. So that's why we don't have to type it in there again. You can go back to desktop, and there is our little hero section done. We can save that. All right, we then now want to add another section. So to add a section, we need to click the blue button. This adds a new section. We can insert a regular, specialty, or full width. I don't really deal with specialty or full width, and that's probably for another tutorial one day, but let's just select regular. And now we get the option to insert our columns in our rows. So if we go to the other website, Joe, you'll see I need two columns, one to house this filter and one to house our products. So the one I'm going to choose is probably this one over here. So this one's got a bit of a wider first column and this one's a bit narrower. So let's choose that one. And in here, I want to put in a text module. So let's select text. And now, remember that short code I said we need to paste somewhere? This is where we need to get it. So let's copy our short code. Let's come to our theme builder. And we can remove that text and just paste our short code in there. Now, it might take a while to show up. Probably get these spinning things, but don't worry, it will show up. That's all we need to do there. We can save that. The next thing we need to do is now add our products over here. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's click on this gray button to add a new module. And here we want something called Woo Products. Just type in Woo Products like that, and we want to select that module. So the first thing is we get this option for product view type. So you can choose what you want here. I want to load it up as the latest product. So it will always show the latest products that you've added to your website. For use current page, you want to select yes on this option so it uses the shop page and shows all the products. Product count, if you remember, I've always set it to 4, so I'm going to do that here as well. The column layout, there's a few options here. You can have it in one column. Let me just show you what happens when you click one column. So you'll see it's only going to show you one product at a time. I'm just going to leave it as default, but you can choose how many columns you want to put it in. So you'll see it just puts it in 2 columns as default. Product offset number, just leave it as 0. And then let's click on elements. So for elements, I want to leave everything here as yes. I also want to show the pagination. And the pagination is normally as default in a WooCommerce and Divi build. It gives you numbers of like 1, 2, 3, and might even do it here. Let's just see. No, it doesn't. But ours is going to be replaced by the show more button. So we won't have the numbers of 1, 2, and 3. We will have a show more button. But you need to select this for that show more button to, or for, sorry, it's not show more, it's load more. So you need to select this to have the load more button show. It's a bit confusing, but anyway. Alright, for link, background, and admin, we're going to change nothing there. Let's go to the design tab, and this thing is still spinning. And let's come to overlay. So the overlay, if you see if I hover over here, you get this white, it's got some, so it's a white color with opacity, so you can see the image slightly, and you get this plus icon. So this is what the overlay is. So you can change the overlay color. If I go to mine, if I go to the overlay, so I've got the plus icon, and mine is the pink color with opacity. So I'm going to do it like that. We can close this product filters page now because we've got our shortcode. So overlay icon color, my color I think was blue. Yeah, blue. So I'm going to choose a blue, and you'll see now it's changed to blue. Guys, and because we're using that load more button and this filter and that, leave it as the default plus icon. Otherwise, don't use an icon, because if you change it, you'll see you can change it to any icon you want. And there's some nice icons. There's like shopping carts, and there's different icons you can use here. The problem is, because we're using other plugins to control the load more in that, it doesn't really change this icon for us. So just leave it as the plus icon. If you want, change the icon and see if it works for you, but I had problems with it, and it's going to take quite advanced coding to get the correct icon showing. So the overlay background color, I'm going to choose the pink, and you'll see now it's pink, but I'm going to put opacity on it. So I'm just going to click on the color, and the opacity slide I'm going to drop to about 70%. Like that. So if I hover over it now, you'll see the image shows, and it does it for all the images. So that's our overlay done. Image, I'm not going to touch anything. Yeah, you can do things like round the corners and that. And again, guys, experiment. If you want to see what it does, play around with it. You can give it some shadow if you want. So guys, the reason I'm not going through each and every option is because these videos will take months to make. So just play around. I'm just building like a standard site so you guys can get a site up and running. So for star ratings, so let's say customers leave you reviews and that, this is your star rating. So I'm going to change mine to a blue color. You won't see it now because there are no star ratings. But when we give a star rating, you'll see it work there. The star rating size, I'm going to make 16 pixels. And then the star rating letter space, I'm going to give it 1 pixel between each star. So then let's go to the sales badge text. I don't think we have any on sale yet. Oh, here's a sale, yeah. So we can look at this one. So here's a sales badge. And that means your product's on sale. So you'll see it's got the price here with the original price like grayed out and a line through it. So the sales badge, I want to make it my dark blue color. There's the hex code if you want to use the same color. I'm not going to play with a margin or padding. Sales badge font, I'm going to leave as default. Sales badge font style, I'm not going to change anything there. Sales badge text color, it's already white, so I'm going to leave it. But if you want to select it just to make 100% sure, you can select your white color, and there's the hex code there. The sales badge text size, I want to change this to 16 pixels, so it's a bit smaller. And then sales badge letter spacing, I'm going to leave as 0. One thing I forgot, guys, sorry. I want to make my sales badge font style. I actually do want to change this to all uppercase. So you'll see now it's all uppercase. And then everything else here, I mean, you can give it rounded corners if you want. So it looks like that. I'm just going to leave mine as is. You give it borders. Guys, yeah, again, play around here if you want to test out all the options. So if we come to text, there's nothing really here we want to do. Let's come to title text, and if you see, let me just quickly close this. If I hover over title text, you see on the right hand side the blue boxes. That shows you what you're changing. So I do want to change the size in that a bit. So let's click on the title text. So for the title font, I'm going to leave as default. Title font weight, I'm going to leave as regular. And you guys play around with it and see what looks better for you. For some reason, mine aren't changing. I don't know why my fonts aren't changing. For the title font style, I want to make it uppercase. And then for title text align, I do want to center it. The title text color, I'm just going to leave as a default color. For the title text size, it's a bit big. I'm going to try 20 pixels. Okay, that looks better. I think that's all I'm going to do there. Let's go to the price text. So I'm going to leave it as default. I might want to make this bold just to emphasize it a bit more. Price font style, I'm going to not change anything there. For price text alignment, I'm going to center this as well. For price text color, I'm just going to leave it as default. And for the price text size, let's try 20 pixels as well. And that's all I'm going to do there. And then sell price text, which is this text over here. Again, you can change it. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. We can even maybe make this a bit bigger to show that it's on sale. But yeah, you guys can do what you want there. Not really going to change much there. And I think that is it for all the products. So let's save this. First save it there. And then just click on these three dots if your bar isn't showing at the bottom here. And then just come over here and click save. And then let's go out of the builder, and we can do that by clicking the X here. And then guys, remember, click this green button to save changes, otherwise it won't take effect on the front end. Now I'm going to come to my collections page and I'm going to refresh it. And guys, there is our page all set up with our load more button, our filters over here, and our products over here. So let's click load more, and there's that spinning thing I was talking about. And there it loads more products, and there's all our products. So you'll see I have 12 products and it's showing 12 results. And because I've set it to show 4 at a time, because I click the load more, it adds another 4, which is 8. So I know we're going to have to do a few changes here with some coding, and I'm going to show you why. So the first bit of coding has to do with our product filter here. So what I'm going to do, let me click Bob style. You'll see it shows all my Bob style. There's no load more button because I only have 3 products loaded. So it's showing all 3 results. Then let's click headband style. So I know what I've done here. So I know what I've done here, and I'm actually glad this came up because this is one of the changes we're going to make. So you see this bar here. This is like a WooCommerce notice, and it's got this blue color. And this is the standard color, I think, for the Woo notice bar or WooCommerce notice bar. So that is one of the changes we're going to make. What I want to do, let's go to our code, and you'll see there's this code here that says WooCommerce.WooCommerce error. So just this code over here. Let's copy that code, and let's go back to our theme builder, and let's go back into our custom body. And I think I made an error with the setup of the filters. That's why it's saying no products were found. And it's got to do with that logic. And it always confuses me, that logic. So anyway, let's click on these 3 dots. And let's click on settings. Let's come to the advanced tab, and let's come to this custom CSS. And let's paste that first line of code in there. So we have it like that. And then let's save this. So because we've already saved the layer out originally, we don't have to now go out again and click save all changes. It should save now every time we click the save button. Yeah. So I'm going to come back to my front end. I'm just going to refresh this. Sorry, let me go back to collections. Let me select Bob style and headband style. I should hopefully get the same error message. Now you'll see it's my dark blue color. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy this code. And where it says background here, you're going to put your hex code for your color you want for this background. It just makes it look branded and uniform, that you don't have different like colors showing up everywhere. So you don't have to do that, but if you want your website to look professional and uniform and you want your branding to show through, you can do it like that. Let's now fix this up. Oh my word. Now just you go back to my dashboard here. And I'm so lost with all these tabs that I've opened. But I can use this one. So let's go back to product filters. And let's click on product filters. And I think it's that logic that I've messed up and it always seems to get me. So let's hover over collection filters and let's click edit. I think what we need to do, we need to come to category here and change this to all. So when they select this, you want Bob style or headband style so that both products show. The reason it's not showing is because I've had it as and the logic is it must be Bob style and headband style. But now my categories I don't have products in both categories, and that's why it's not showing. I hope I'm making sense there, guys. But that's why. So if I change this, these tabs, if I change this to and let me actually change all of these while we are. That is on and. Oh, maybe I forgot. Okay, that one's on and. Oh, so maybe it was my mistake that I just forgot to change that one. So let's save that. Let's go back to collections. Let's click on collections. And now it should work. So if I click Bob style and headband style, no products found. So again, I actually changed it, and this is how it gets confusing. I actually changed it, and I thought I had it, and I went back to and. So sorry, it must be all. So change these all to all. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry about that. I'm hoping I'm not confusing anybody. So just save it. Let's go back. Let's go back to collections. Sorry, guys, if I've confused people there. I'm going to go run through it now. I just want to make sure it works. So let's click Bob style or headband style. There we go. Now it works. Now it shows a Bob style and a headband style. And there's another issue that comes up. But let me just quickly run through this product filter so that we can get this out the way. So just remember in this main section here that your logical relationship between taxonomies is selected as and then all these sections over here, your logic must be all. Okay, so just remember, just check that and then click the save button and then you should be good. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to come back to the theme, no, not the theme builder, my front page, and I want to show you the other problem. Remember our button was blue and now it's turned to this gray, and that's got to do with the plugin we're using for the filter. So we're going to need to use some coding to change this again. So our site is branded and is uniform. Let's go back to our code pen here. And what you want to do is now grab this code here where it says theme builder, shop page, page settings, custom CSS. Copy that. We've already put this code in, so don't worry about this code. Just want to copy where it starts with .wpf_infinity space A, and then you also want to copy .wp_infinity A :hover. So that line of code there. Let's copy that. Let's go back to our theme builder and let's push enter twice and paste that code in there. And then let's click save. Let's come to the front end and let's click on collections. And you'll see our load more button is fine there with colors in that. Let's just click it again, make sure it does load more. And I just want to make sure that it's still the blue. Okay. So let's come here, let's click Bob style. Let's click headband style. And if everything works, the button should be blue. And now it's blue. And it has our styling with our border radius and that. So let me just show you the code quickly, what we did. We just changed the background color to the blue. So if you got a different color to me, you just want to change that part of the code with your hex code. Do not delete this importance, otherwise the code won't work. Then the color is for your text color in the button. So that I've set to white. So if you're not using white, change that to your hex code. And then the border radius is the curves on the button. So to make the button more like a pull shape. That's what that is. And mine is at 20 pixels. You can, if you want the button more square, you can change that to something like 3 pixels or even 0 if you want it absolutely square. Or if you want even more of a pull shape, change it higher than 20 pixels. And then this one is just for when we hover over the button. So if you see it changes color to a lighter blue, and that is that color over there. So if you're using a different hover color than I am, just change that piece of code there. Do not delete background and the colon, and do not delete important and the semicolons. Guys, if you get stuck on this and the code's not working, just pop a comment down below or send me an email and I'll help you out. Great, so that's all working now. If we click, let's just add a long and straight style. Let's just make sure that we're getting our results working here. There we go, 9. Our load more buttons working. Scroll down, it's still staying blue, which is good. And that is our page done. There's just one thing I want to show you guys. It might not deter you. I just don't like the look of it. So if we come to Theme Builder, I want to go to my phone view, and that's all fine there. I just don't like the products look squished here, if you ask me. So on tablets, it's fine because it should show, I mean, there's enough space for it. But on phone, I want to make the products just be in one column. So one product here, the next product underneath, and so on. So again, we're going to need to use some code. If we come back to the code pen, we just want to copy this last bit of code here, where it starts with @media. Let's copy that. Let's go to the theme builder, and in here, we can just push enter twice and paste our code there. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's taken effect over there, but it's fine. Let's just save it. Let's come to the front end and let's, and guys, sorry, if you're doing this, I wouldn't refresh this page. I would just click collections, because you'll see, because we have this filter, it's adding extra information in the address bar there. So rather just click on collection so it does a proper refresh. And you'll see now all that stuff has disappeared. And I'm just going to come to inspect. Sorry, my inspect is on my other screen here. I just want to quickly lock it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So it's now locked. So if you saw what I did there, I right clicked and I just went to inspect. And I just want to show you that these now will only be in one column, not two. So if I come to this option here, it says toggle device toolbar, and click on it, I can change to these phone views. So let me leave it on that. Let's scroll down, and for some reason it's not working. What have I done wrong? So guys, let me just quickly troubleshoot this and I'll be back with you now. Okay, I know what the problem is. I added a class in here, which we need to add into the theme builder. So what you want to do, just copy this code here. Don't take the dot. So it's just the hs-shop-pg. Just that part of the code, not the dot and not the dot afterwards. And copy that. Come back to the theme builder. Let's just save this. And let's come into the Woo product section. And let's go to the advanced tab. And let's go to CSS ID and classes. And let's go into the CSS class and just paste that. Let's click save. Let's come to the front end and refresh. And now you'll see the products are in one column. So sorry about that, guys. I forgot that I added that custom class and we needed to add it to the Woo products module. So that I think looks better that it's in one column. If you don't want it in one column, don't worry about that code. Just leave it out. And guys, again, if I've confused you here and you need help getting this into one column, message me or email me or drop a comment and I'll help you. Just leave a link to the website that you need help on so that I can just inspect the code for you. Because I probably have confused you a bit now, especially when I messed up a bit on the filter part and now with this code to get it all in one column. But that's how it looks. So we are basically done. I just want to quickly get out of this phone view and close this inspect. And we are done with our collections page. So it should look exactly like this one, and it does. And there's another part of the site built. So if you've watched all these videos and you're actually building out with me, congratulations on getting this far. If you're just sitting through these videos, actually, congratulations. But anyway, we're done with this. And our collections page is done. Guys, thanks so much for sitting through this video and watching it from beginning to end. I hope you've learned something with the coding and with using the Divi builder to build out the collections page or shop page. If I've lost you through this video, or maybe I haven't explained something properly, please guys, drop a comment, ask questions, send me an email. Email address is in the description. Comment section is there to be used. So please, I am here to try help you. Leave a link to the website you're working on and leave your question and I will help you. I promise to answer every question I get with regards to this video series. And then for those of you who are maybe just watching out of interest and you don't have time to build a website, or maybe it just seems like too much of a difficult task, please reach out to me. This is what I do for a living. I build websites. I'm a web developer and a web designer. So I can help you build your e-commerce website, or if you want to build just a standard website, I can help you with that as well. If you look in the description, there's a link to my website as well as my email address. You can click on the link to my website and there's a button there where you can book a free call. We can discuss your project and, we'll see if we are a right fit for one another, and then we can work on from there. And then last thing, guys, if I can ask you a huge favor, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it. It does help with the YouTube algorithm and gets my video out to more people. And then if you are watching this series and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell, because every time I upload a video, you will be notified of that video and can carry on with the video series. So guys, until the next video, I'll chat to you soon. Have a good one. Cheers.